What up, athletes? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are in Diamond on the east bank of Demerara. Now this is where it's happening on the east bank. Last time I was going to Teneri, I was passing along the east bank, a lot of development, and I thought I'd come back and show you what is really happening in Guyana along the east bank. Today we are looking at a group of villages on the east bank: Diamond, Great Diamond and Little Diamond, and we're starting here on the overpass so that you can get a feel for how the country is changing and how the east bank is changing, how rapidly it's changing. Now this is a 4-lane highway. In other words, 2 lanes going south and 2 lanes going north. Traffic going away from you is going south towards Teneri Airport. Traffic heading north is coming towards us. And this used to be one narrow lane on each side of the divide. In fact, there wasn't even a divided highway here a few years ago. So this divided highway was built in the last 2 years and now extends, I think, as far as Grove. They're still extending it. It hasn't reached Teneri yet. It hasn't reached the junction, so it's about another 2 miles up the road, and road work is continuing. But here at Diamond, this is like another city, right? In terms of the explosion of population growth in this neck of the woods, another little city has grown up here in the last decade, in the last 20 years or so. Diamond now has its own medical center, the Diamond Diagnostic Center, which you can see over here. Right, that's the Diamond Diagnostic Center, and it's like a little hospital, right? So Diamond Diagnostic Center is like a little hospital. You can see there is their accident and emergency unit, accident and emergency center. It's called the Diamond Diagnostic Center, but it's actually like a little hospital. Diamond used to be known for the Demerara Distillery Limited. Now we're looking in the opposite direction. Used to be known for the Demerara Distillery Limited, and that is still here. So that building, that is DDL, Demerara Distillers Limited. They still make XM rum, you know, the 15-year-old and 10-year-old and the 5-year-old. Eldorado rum. This is where they make it here at Diamond. Again, this is the double highway, that the 2-lane highway that was built in the last 2 years or so. In fact, it started building it 5 years ago, but this part of it has been completed and it's still being continued. The expansion of the highway is still continuing. It hasn't reached Teneri or the junction yet, Teneri, the junction heading to the Lisbon Highway, but road work is continuing. So that's the Diamond Distillers, Demerara Distillers Limited, the red building, right? That's where they make Demerara rum, Eldorado rum. So Diamond has always been famous for its industry, its rum industry. But now we have a pair of banks that have joined, right? Joined the Propel development here. There is Republic Bank, right? There's Republic Bank has come into the neighborhood, and the other major bank is the Guyana Bank for Trade and Industry. That's GBTI. Guyana Bank for Trade and Industry is here at Diamond. The GBTI has built some tennis courts. So here are the tennis courts. Right, these are some tennis courts that were built by GBTI for their community, and they have solar panels. So they have a raft of solar panels. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rafts of solar panels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So about 100 panels, 200, about 300 solar panels they have out here. Those look like the 1200 watt panels. So these guys are generating about, let's see, 1000 by 100 by 300, about 300,000 watts. Right, so GBTI, the tennis courts here, are generating about 300,000 watts of solar power. This is what's happening here, guys. This is GBTI and the GBTI tennis courts. And then next door there is a fast food restaurant. Fast food restaurant here at Diamond. So this is it, guys. I'm giving you a feel for the kind of economic development that is happening here in Guyana. If you haven't been back to Guyana in 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, you have no idea what's happening in Guyana. And the goal of this series of videos is to bring you up to date on the rapid expansion of the economy, as you can see from the industries and the businesses. So these are all roadside food stalls. On the other side, that is towards the Demerara. We're about a few hundred yards from the Demerara River. This road is about 100 meters from the Demerara River, which is on that side, and on the west side of the road. And on the east side here you have Royal. So Royal Castle Chicken is located here. That's Royal Castle Chicken here at Diamond. And this is the Guy Oil gas station. That's the government-owned Guy Oil gas station. Show you the prices of fuel. $215 a liter for gasoline, $215 a liter, which works out to be a little over $4 a gallon for gas in Guyana. Guyana now getting used to being an oil producing country. Recently made a video about the Sovereign Wealth Fund, and you ought to go check that video out to see what is happening in terms of the income, the revenue being earned from oil and gas, from the oil and gas industry. And a lot of that revenue, about $1 billion this year, is being spent on projects to develop the country. Now this is the entrance. So that's the Demerara Distillery Limited DDL, and this is the entrance to Diamond Housing Scheme. I'm going to give you a little feel for it. I'm not going to give you all of it in this video, but I'm going to give you a little feel for it. So once you get past this section of the road, you run into a dense housing scheme in that direction. I'm going to give you a closer look at that in future videos, but for now I just want to know this is what is here. I'm going to give you an overview of what is to come in this video. We're going to examine a lot of the rapid growth and development that's happening along this East Bank Public Road. Now this is the car park. This is where you'd line up. This is where the cars line up to take you in to the Diamond housing scheme. So what normally happens is if you take a minibus or a taxi to this location, you could get a taxi into the Diamond housing development at this location. These are the taxis that will take you in there. Right, these are the taxis. This is where the taxis line up. So there's courts here. Somebody's also building another commercial building next door. This is a roadside rum shop. Demerara Distillery Limited DDL here at Diamond. They also have a carbon dioxide plant. They produce, there you go, the biomethane plant. So a lot of the byproduct from the distilleries fermentation, methane, can be used to produce energy. So the methane gas is collected on the other side of the road and compressed. You have a carbon dioxide plant and a biomethane plant. So this is the distillery here at Diamond. Now, if you were here in decades before, you always knew you were passing this distillery if you left the windows of your car open, because the smell of rotting sugarcane and fermenting molasses was unmistakable. The smell is not as strong as it used to be. I think they're managing to contain it to some extent. Maybe they brought in some new equipment, but they're producing rum, methane, and carbon dioxide here. That's looking back at Diamond. And here's the development I'm talking about. This is a culvert drainage system that they're building here. So it's a major drainage works going on here. So they're building a concrete canal with retaining walls, building concrete retaining walls in a deep canal to move, I guess, effluent out of the community and out of the plant at this location. This is development I'm talking about, guys. If you're not here, you wouldn't believe it, but there's a lot of development going on here. And if you've been here for a while, meaning you've been in Guyana for a while, but you haven't been in this neck of the woods recently, you really ought to come and visit, because there's a tremendous amount of development going on here. A lot of industrial development going on here at Diamond. Now, the other reason why we want to visit this location is so that you can see some of the new housing schemes that are being built here at Diamond. And that is what I'm going to show you in the next video. So keep watching. But share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening here at Diamond on the east bank of Demerara. This is the Diamond Institute of Management and Technology. I didn't even know that this was here. Diamond Institute of Management and Technology, located here at Diamond. And that's probably part of DDL. Share this video with friends and family. Let people know what's happening here at Diamond. Later!